is close. Hey stars, it's your girl Miss Hollywood, and today is our very first Q&A where I will be asked a series of questions in hopes of possibly giving an answer. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how nosy, the person asking the questions today really gets. But I am excited that this is my very first Q&A. I don't go live much on YouTube, but I'm definitely going to change that as we go forward and as the chat with Miss Hollywood grows. So we're going to get ready to get started. Hi to whoever is tuning in to watch. Again, this is our very first Q&A. Now listen, guys, if you had any questions that you would like to ask, feel free to drop them in the comments and we will try our best to get to the questions that you guys ask. I know a lot of people are still getting to know Miss Hollywood, but I want to say this to each subscriber that has subscribed to the channel. We have 20 watchers. Thank you. So anyway, to each of you that subscribe to my channel, I love each and every one of you, even though I've never met any of you before. It is such a privilege for one subscriber to, join your channel. They like what you do. Some people might not like what I do, but they still stay on and watch. And guess what? I appreciate those people too. So, as you guys know, I put in my comments several times that none of the people that follow or subscribe to my channel, you are not subscribers or followers or fans. You're all stars. And I'm so grateful for each of you. So we're going to get ready to get this started with this Q&A. Oh, girl, she better not act crazy. How are you, Donnell? Hello, Donnell Bates. What's up? We're doing good over here. We're getting ready to start the Q&A right now. Okay, what are these questions that you have for me?
All right, in the beginning, we'll take it light. We'll just get some general questions about you to get to know you as a person.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I missed that first question because some beautiful person named Dolores Mascari says, "Good morning, my beautiful sister from God, sending my love." Thank you, and I'm sending all the love right back.
Okay. Awesome. All right, so some general questions at first, and just so we can get a little insight on you as a person. So what is your favorite food?
My favorite food, guys. My favorite food. Okay, so I would have to say, honestly, my favorite food is crabs. I love crabs. I get excited when I see the crabs and they bring them to the table and I'm just like, oh my God, they're all mine cracking them. A lot of people say they're a lot of work, but for me, listen, I love it. So blue crabs are my absolute favorites.
Perfect. What is your favorite color?
Well, what color am I?
Oh.
That's my favorite color. No, but seriously, black is my favorite color because black, I don't know, for me, black just represents something beautiful. And I don't know, it kind of helps me slim down a little bit too, guys. Like even when I was skinny, I wore black. But black would definitely be my favorite color.
Okay. And what is your favorite drink, your drink of choice?
Okay, are we talking alcoholic beverages or what?
Let's know both.
Okay, so my favorite drink is definitely always and forever Coca-Cola. Please do not come at me, Pepsi drinkers. It's nasty. Pepsi's nasty, okay? So listen, we're going to definitely differ on opinions with that. Coke is my favorite. My favorite alcoholic beverage is definitely vodka. I love Absolute vodka. So yes, would be it.
So many of your followers know you, and you keep them motivated with your current projects, your chat with Hollywood. You bring a lot of people together. Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to ask you, what inspired you? What originally got you interested to start such a project?
This is going to be quite an answer. Okay, so the chat with Miss Hollywood, this is how this kind of all went down. I started out singing and writing music, okay? I write songs. I taught myself how to produce songs. I sing and I do all that. And And I don't know, like because I had 3 kids, like I just really didn't get the opportunity to fulfill that. And then when I moved and bought my first house, I did build a recording studio in it, and I recorded some songs. And I don't know, it just really just wasn't what I really wanted to do. So I started like, I don't know, like feeling like, okay, I'm wasting my life. What am I doing? I know that God gave me a gift, for my voice. And then I don't know, I started just scrolling like social media, and I'm like, damn, I could do all this stuff, but of course, anything that I do, I have to put my own spin on it, my own twist on it. And I'm like, okay, the Hollywood name, if we want to talk about that really briefly. I was working in Jersey on an assembly line, and there was a guy who worked there. He was like my boss, and he was like, "You just look like you belong in Hollywood," and it's always stuck with me. And that was a long time ago. So I started putting names together. I asked a couple of people, "What do you think I should name? Like what should I do? What should I do? What should I name it?" And it was somebody gave me the name Chatting with Miss Hollywood. And I was like, okay, well, it was either the Chat with Miss Hollywood or Chatting with Miss Hollywood. I like them both, but I went along with the Chat with Miss Hollywood. I don't know, it just fit better, and I don't know, I love it. And I decided to just put myself out there, and as I say in my bio, Miss Hollywood was unleashed. I started my YouTube channel on October the 5th, and then I started my Facebook page October the 6th of last year. And I don't know, it just took off. Like, I was scared to death, guys. Listen to me, stars. I was terrified to start the show. I was like, what if they don't like you? And I'm going to be honest with you. I gave haters a little too much time up here rent free, because I was like, well, what if the haters, they're watching, they say crazy stuff in there, but I don't know. I just did it, and boom, here we are. Go check the numbers and Google me.
It's quite intriguing. You said the young man said you look like you should be in Hollywood, and I'm wondering what brought him to that. Was it your aura? Was it your attire? Because I'm checking out your attire now. You seem very comfortable when you get up. Let's talk.
Y'all see what I got on? Look, and it's the men's ones, the boys ones. This is how I'm comfortable. Okay, I put on a decent T-shirt just because I didn't want to look too crazy on camera. But he started calling me Hollywood, I think, because of my aura. Because I'm working on assembly line, I gotta wear, certain clothes and like steel toe boots and like all that stuff. So I wasn't looking cute to go to work. So he just basically said, I don't know. He was like, you just belong in Hollywood. And it just stuck with me. All these years. That had to be when my kids were like probably 4 and 5 years old. And my kids are 29, going on 29, or they're 28 and 26.
Wow.
So that was a long time ago.
It was your calling. You answered.
I feel like it.
All right. So, what type of role do you think you'll want to take on after this one?
In the future, what type of role? Well, I just want to be big, and I want to be good at what I do. And I mean, in the space that I'm in right at this very moment, I feel like crying, but I'm not. But like, for the first time, I feel like crying. I'm sorry. But I'm literally happy with what I'm doing for the first time in my life. I feel like I am definitely living in my purpose, and God is bringing like these opportunities for me, basically for me to learn. I'm taking the time to teach myself to learn, to do things, because I've asked several people in the past, for help, learning, to do things, and people didn't want to. And to those people, as I say all the time, thank you. Thank you for saying no to me, because those no's definitely help to inspire me, to encourage me, and to move me forward to do what I have to do. Because at the end of the day, even once I start hiring people to do jobs, I want to know how to do those jobs myself, because people flake all the time. And it just has to be business as usual. Okay, see ya. I wish you well, but I have to be able to take over every role, or know something. about everything that is involved with what I do.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to ask you. Just listening to you, I
Mhm.
know there have to be more projects that you are interested in putting together or
Yeah.
you're working
Well,
on.
that was probably part of the question that I didn't answer. I want to first off, I said I want the Chat with Miss Hollywood to be a reliable news source. Um, I will be doing so many other things with the show. Um, news. I mean, news was just added. I started off doing chats, live interviews with people that like real people telling their real stories. And that went so well, and I just felt like that. I don't know. I needed more. I always need more. I'm like a junkie for more, right? So I added the news. I want to and will be doing reviews for traveling, dining reviews on restaurants. Just all listen. Let me just tell you guys really quickly out there, people that have YouTube channels or are considering starting a YouTube channel. Now I'm no damn pro, okay? But I will say this, I was a little leery about what to do. Do I need just one niche? Because everybody says, oh, well, you better just go do this or you're going to confuse people. But having a talk show platform, which is where I started, it's a very broad, you know what I mean? Like platform that you can do a lot of things. So that's why I brought the news in. I can do so many things talking and having like getting information, which is what the Chat with Miss Hollywood was all about. So just so y'all know, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Don't let nobody label you. Don't let nobody tell you that you have a certain niche. No, you're your niche. Do what the hell you want. Just make it make sense. And whatever you do, make it your best. Do your best and make sure that the shit is accurate. Okay? That's it.
Wow.
That's it. Can we stop for a second so I can read some let's see, I need to know what y'all hear about me every time I get on here. It's always good things from everyone. I try to keep a positive platform, Donnell. So I always tell people some people are gonna like it here, some won't, and that's okay. But I say thank you to the people that don't like it here but have stopped by to see what it was all about. You're not gonna be for everybody. So, but I do try to keep it positive here. Oh, Dolores wants to know what my favorite dessert is. What? My favorite dessert? Oh my God. So I think that is probably, it's crazy. Water ice. Water ice. I'm like a water ice connoisseur, a water ice freak. And I'm going to put it out here. You guys got to go check out, if you're near the Coatesville area, go check out Richie's Water Ice. Because Rita's who? Richie's Water Ice. I'm telling y'all.
And that is not paid advertisement.
That's not paid advertisement. I mean, the person that's asking these questions, she's a witness. So, let me see. October 5th is my beloved father's birthday. Good things happen on October 5th. So, rest in peace to your father. So sorry to hear about that. What he say? Donnell Bates said, well, we go to Hollywood. I see we got a lot in common. You got to tell me more about that in the comments, Donnell. God has you on the right path, love. Thank you so much, Dolores. Thank you so much. My friend right here is my childhood friend, and she's been telling me this forever. So I think she might be on to something.
I'm just going to have to elaborate a little more on getting to know some things about you since they brought up your favorite dessert.
Yes.
Let's dig into some of the things that, who's your favorite singer?
Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson. She has been Janet Jackson.
Janet Jackson is
Yes.
bottom period.
That's really period. I thought I was Janet Jackson. I wanted to be like her. I had the books. I had the DVD. Back at it wasn't even a DVD back in the day. It was what was it, like the VHS?
VHS.
I remember my mom bought me the Janet Jackson the Rhythm Nation 1814, was it?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
yeah.
JJ.
And what is your favorite movie and why?
Oh my God, this is just so good.
Okay.
My favorite movie is Flashdance.
There you go. Kevin Bacon.
No, not
Okay.
Footloose.
Oh, not Footloose. Oh,
Footloose
okay.
is Jennifer Beals.
Yes.
And remember the soundtrack from Irene Cara, What a Feeling.
Yes.
You guys
Yes.
have no idea.
Bless Irene.
Yes, God rest her soul.
Yes,
I
rest
loved her so
soul.
much.
Yes. And looking at your, the success, people say success doesn't happen overnight. I think differently, looking at how things have blossomed for you. And I think it's primarily because you actually let people in to get to know you as a person and how radiant this person is. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
So I want to just ask you, what does the future look like for you? Looking at your goals, it seems like you have many right now. When do you think you'll feel like you actually know you made it? You've hit that goal.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest, and I don't mean to sound cheesy. I don't mean to sound anything, but I'll say at this moment right now, as I stated earlier, I feel like I have reached that goal. You know why? Even though I am nowhere near where I'm gonna go, but I feel like I've reached that goal now because for the first time I feel free. I feel like I'm doing something that I love. I love to wake up in the middle of the night at 2, 3 in the morning to do a story. Who doing that for a job? I don't even look at this as a job. I look at this as seriously, oh my God, a dream. And I just cannot thank God enough for just allowing me to experience this because I honestly did not know what I was going to do, how I was going to use the voice that he gave me. And I thought about it. It's so funny that you say that because when I started the chat with Miss Hollywood, I was looking at other platforms. And I'm like, okay, like people on platforms like other, content creators and stuff. And I'm like, well, I don't really want to be like that. I don't want to be like that, because once you start that journey, you can't really erase it. Once you go negative and you're showing, ass shaking and all that and just wretchedness. And I didn't want that. So I decided that I was going to try to be as positive as possible. But when I do news stories, if you check some of them out, you'll see that I deliver the news in a different, funny way at times when it's like a story that's funny, like the one with the pigs and, all that type of stuff. You guys got to check it out if you haven't seen it. But I just wanted to separate myself, and I didn't want to be like anybody else. And I'm just trying to do that. But to answer your question again, I feel like I've already made it because I'm doing what I love. I can't believe the numbers. I mean, I'm almost at 5 million views. I just started my show, guys, October the 5th, as I said. And I hadn't even been posting, honestly, until like December, January. I started posting a little more. But March came of this year, and it just went crazy. And I can't thank y'all enough. Every day, I just thank God for what he's doing for me. It's so amazing. I can't explain it. Yeah. Like it makes me want to cry. It's just it's crazy. But yeah.
It's actually amazing to hear you say that your goal has already been met because he's preparing for you. He's preparing you for something bigger and greater. And I know, and at that point you're gonna need an assistant. I see you're seeking an assistant. Mm-hmm. What qualities are you looking for in an assistant?
What qualities am I looking for in an assistant? Well, a lot of qualities, but I need somebody that is honestly there, that's there to really be there for me and not with their hands out, just looking for monetary things and what they can get from you and take from you. I want somebody that is honest. I mean, I think honesty is number one. You got to be honest with me. And just be loyal to what it is that you're supposed to be doing for me that I ask of you. I don't ask a lot, but I do have standards that have to be met. So yeah, I think that though, like just be honest, be on time, be a quality person. You know what I mean? Because everybody thinks that they could just do a job and it's easy because it's fun and you're going around and you're seeing things and doing things, but there's so much more to it than that. And to be honest, now I don't know, a lot of people may not like this, but my assistant, I will be looking for a gay man. I'm looking for a gay man. So if there's any gay men out there, even though I do have someone already that I want for the job, I'm always willing to listen and discuss and talk to people. Because you never know, I might need two assistants because your girl's going places. So that's all I'm saying. And I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm just saying I know what God is showing me and what He's doing for me. But yeah, those are the qualities for an assistant. Definitely somebody that is not a user, a liar, and they have good qualities. Like those are like really important for me.
I'll have to add. I believe that this assistant needs to be prepared for growth. I see big things for what you're doing, and if you don't mind elaborating a little more on why you want a gay man as an assistant.
Why I want a gay man as an assistant? Because first off, I don't know how to dress, y'all. Okay, now people that may have known me over the years might have thought I know how to dress, but honey girl looks at mannequins. Okay, but I feel like gay men, I don't know, they're just different, and they will just get me together. You know what I'm saying? Like just on some different type of stuff. They know how to dress well. They could do I mean, you never know. My damn assistant might know how to do makeup and be my wardrobe assistant, everything. So I just love like the gay men and how they are. You know what I mean? So is it Pride Month still?
It is.
Happy Pride Month. Where's my gay future assistants at? I need y'all. Where y'all at? Go in the comments and I'll tell y'all how to apply for the job.
All right. Who or what inspires you the most for your career?
Who or what inspires me the most? Okay, so I'll tell you who inspired me to do my show. Okay. Who actually inspired me? My sons, Black and Mobile. Don't know if you guys have heard of Black and Mobile, but it's the first Black-owned food delivery service in the U.S. Go check them out. But I saw what they were doing, and it just like, I don't know, it brings me to tears all the time, but I'm just like, okay, I think that it's my time to shine. I'm looking at them, I'm like, they're just like me. They're go-getters, they're hustlers, and they don't quit. So I'm just like, all right, maybe it's time for me to just get on out here and do what I need to do. Since I don't have little babies anymore, besides my grandkids, but I'm like, you know what? I think it's time. So they motivated the hell out of me to actually do this. And I don't know, like, they're even proud of me. They even tell me, like, all three of the kids are like, Mom, you're doing so good. Keep going, Mom, keep going. And they give me advice. And a big thing for me was to not ride the coattail of Black and Mobile. Black and Mobile is famous in their own right. I wanted the Chat with Miss Hollywood to be famous in her own, right. Not because my kids are who they are, because of who I am.
Wow.
And I'm the shit. Okay.
No, but that has to be very heartwarming to have your children be the greatest inspiration for you.
Yes.
And putting their foot inside the stone. And I'm pretty sure it's because of something you instilled in them that had the ball rolling. So
okay. Yes. And they tell me, and they like in interviews, I'm always crying when they're going to interviews on CBS, NBC, or wherever they're going. Like, it's always like, yeah, my mom had to, my mom was supposed to be a singer. And I guarantee you that if my mom didn't have us, that she would be famous somewhere. This is what they always say. So they understand the sacrifices that I made, even though I was trying to still do the music while they were young. It just didn't work. And I'm a true believer that God does everything in His time, not my time, not your time. He does it when He says it's time. So my time is now.
I attest.
My time is now.
I attest to that. If you could change something about yourself, what would it be?
If I could change something about myself. Okay, so there's two things. The first thing I'm going to show you guys. You probably can't see it that way. And Dolores said that my outfit's cute. Honey, I appreciate it, but that is just crazy. All right, I'm pigeon-toed, not knee, and I have crooked legs, okay? So if y'all see that when I stand, y'all see how they is? You see how these legs is? And every time I take a picture, I have to try to stand like different, where I'm off balance because I'm crooked. I'm very broken. But The second thing, on a serious note, if I had to change anything, I would probably say the family that I was born into on my mother's side. Am I saying that I wish I had a different mother? I don't know, honestly. I mean, sometimes I feel like that, but I just wish that I did not have the blood connection that I have to her family. So that would be the one thing that's for real, something that I wish that I didn't have or I could change about me. But the flip side to that, if you want to say it's a positive, is that that family pushes me to be great. It pushes me to do better and be greater. And I know y'all watching. Thank y'all. Okay.
So that was a little different.
Yeah.
And so
it's
now,
the truth. It's the truth.
And that's what we're having here.
And that's what you're gonna get from me each and every time. You will always get the truth. People may not like my truth all the time and they might think it's harsh. But I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm just saying that this is me. This is what you get.
So now I'm gonna ask a very ironic question then. Just to back that one up. What is a fond childhood memory?
A fond childhood memory. A fond childhood memory. I mean, listen, honestly, I remember that we lived in an apartment, and there was this field that you could go through, and there was a Holiday Inn there, right? In Bensalem, PA. A lot of people from Bensalem might know this. Country Commons is where I lived. And you could go through this path, and there was the Holiday Inn, and they had a Miss Pac-Man machine.
Wow.
And I swear to God, if you look around my home now, you see, like, I would try to get quarters from wherever I could to go play that game. And that, I don't know, it's like, I was like, what, 7 years old? And I still, to this day, love Miss Pac-Man. So that is, that's a fond memory for me. That's, for me, yes.
There's some serious Pac-Man players out there. Let me tell you, they're the most competitive people in the world. I tell you. Listen. So, would you like to take a moment to add any questions?
Yeah. Let's see if we have some questions. So we have. So we answered my favorite dessert. Have your angel peek out and say hello to us. Do you want her to say hello?
Oh, it's a very raggedy moment for me, but
it's okay. But you're just asking questions. They just want you to come and say hello. That's it. And this is my childhood friend.
Hello, family.
Konya. Listen, guys, this is my childhood friend, like a sister. My mother and her mother were best friends. We lived together. And I'm talking about when we were little kids. We were little kids.
We were dressed as twins.
Yes. And we're still friends till this day, and that means so much to me. Coming from the space where I am now, where I don't have family besides some people, but yeah, she's definitely included in that family. So yes, she's one of them. Let me see, is there other question? Sister, God created you beautiful and special just the way you are. Mwah! Thank you so much, Dolores. Thank you. Okay, I'm ready for more questions.
Okay. What is the funniest thing that ever happened to you?
The funniest thing that ever happened to me? Well, I don't remember where I was, but my pants ripped and my butt was out.
Oh, no. Yeah, that had to be embarrassing.
Yeah.
And children are cruel. If there's anyone else around, I'm pretty sure they probably picked with you.
Yeah, it was a bad moment, but I lived it.
All right. What is something about you that people may not know?
Something about me that people may not know.
Something funny.
Yeah, like something funny about me is I am super like crazy. And I'm talking about in a good way, guys. I love to scare people. Like I like to, and I'm talking about ever since I was little and up until now. I like to hide and scare people, jump out, scare the hell out of them. And they be like, yo, what's wrong with you? But I get such a laugh out of that. And I literally, like, during my show, found my comedic side. Like, I realized, dang, you kind of funny. So I think that that's like very interesting thing that I finally am embracing about myself. Yeah.
So my next question, and I'm hoping you actually shoot this question down. What do you find embarrassing about yourself?
Mm, my legs. I just said that my
Okay.
legs. My legs for sure.
Now,
Hi. Thank you, Dolores, for coming. Thank you. Enjoy your week.
now, anytime I know you have to make many decisions. To balance out your work, family, and just even with the current events and things that's going on around you.
Hmm.
When at times you might make the wrong decision, or if you happen to fail at something, how do you pick yourself back up after making a mistake?
Let me say this. I will never, for me personally, use the word fail.
Mm-hmm.
For me, failure is not an option. Mistakes, I'm gonna make them all the time. Sometimes when I'm doing a story, I might have to do it 5 times, and it could be the simplest story that I done wrote. Did my little commentary for, but I'm going so fast because I get so excited with the work I'm doing. But I would say when I make mistakes, even when I get a small detail in a story wrong that I've already posted, I just go back in and put a correction under the comments to let people know. I don't have anything to hide. I'm not perfect. And I'm learning as I go. Or let me say, I'm learning as I grow. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Ain't nobody perfect. We all make mistakes. So, yeah. I just keep going and keep moving. And again, I just have this weird energy. I just get this energy like, I got to do better. You got to be better. And I tell myself, Renee, come on now. You can do better than this. And I just keep going.
That goes on to my next question. How do you deal with stress?
How do I deal with stress? I drink vodka. Um, I sleep a lot too, and then I like to go for walks. So those are normally the ways I like to deal with stress. I might talk with my husband sometimes if things are bothering me. I don't really have a lot of people that I call and talk to about, even if it's something stupid. I don't trust a lot of people. So
Understood.
yeah.
Understood. Um, when I,
And I pray. I do a lot of praying to myself in the closet, in the bathroom, wherever. I do a lot of praying. And that definitely helps to kind of you know, clear the situation. So, yeah.
have you ever mapped out your family tree?
I hope.
Have you ever mapped out your family tree? I'm asking because I actually was intrigued about starting a project myself, only because I remember many years back I was watching the show. I don't even know if it's still in place, called The L Word, and it was
Yes.
there was
Jennifer
a
Beals
young
was
lady.
in that.
Yeah, yeah.
HBO, right? Or Showtime or something. Star or something.
I can't even remember. It's been so long ago.
Mhm.
I didn't really watch past the first or second season, but one of the young ladies started out a tree of how people were connected,
Okay.
and it was so crazy. And I'm knowing that I would meet the same scenarios should I start that project. And I was just wondering if you ever tried to map out your family tree, or have ever been intrigued about it, or would you be even interested in going into a project like that, maybe with me, and seeing what ways everyone's connected?
I would be. I would, I would love to. Let's say this. I would love to join you in whatever thing that you're doing, as far as looking up your family history and all that. And we can definitely work on something like that together. As far as my family tree, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know, because as I told y'all earlier, I don't want the ones that I was born into. I don't want them. So I just say, you know what I mean? No, no,
Might
no.
Have you ever thought that maybe you're probably here because of that family you were brought into? That they
Yeah,
privilege-
running away? No, running away, getting away, staying away.
Okay.
That is honestly, that has been the best thing about my mom's family. Staying away.
And I feel kind of reluctant to ask the next question, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
Ask anyway.
Okay. If you could change your relationship with a family member, okay, any,
If I could
Okay,
change
you
a
can.
relationship with a family member. Okay.
Okay. Okay. And if you choose to, I don't know, maybe even speak about your dad's side of the family, it doesn't matter, or maybe your husband, I don't know. But if you could change a relationship with a family
My
member,
husband?
anybody, I'm saying like a
Oh
relationship with his
no.
side of the
No.
family. Okay. People, I came in without warning. All right.
Now
If
she
you
want to be on
could,
camera.
if you could change your relationship with a family member, okay, would you?
Mhm.
If so, who would that be? Why?
Um. Okay. So to keep it brief and sweet, there is well, there was two, but I'll just say one. There was one cousin on my mom's side who there's been a whole bunch of conflict, like, stuff going on, basically lies that were told by someone else in my mom's family. And, I don't speak to that one cousin on my mom, or let me just say my mom's niece.
Mm-hmm.
I don't speak to my mom's niece because I think they believe some of the lies that were told. So basically, for a little while in the beginning when it all started happening, I felt a little like, oh, I don't like that because, I don't like people to lie on my name. But I've learned that now I just have to let people do what they do and be who they are and believe what they want to believe. Now, I've been told that this one niece of my mother's, when she was asked about me, she said she don't mess with her because money or whatever it was. And it's all wrong. It's all lies. But again, she would be one that I would probably um, want, back in my life. But if not, I'm good with that too. But I just feel like it's sad when people that are known liars can go back and spread a bunch of things that are not true, but nobody ever asked you anything. They just went along with what the person said. So that ruins, you know what I mean? Like situations and relationships that were already, built from before. So that's what I'll say about that. Yeah, like lies kind of ruined a couple of relationships. People, I think, thought that because I cut people off on social media and stuff like that, that it was just like, oh, she changed. She doesn't want to deal with anybody. And that wasn't the case. So I think there was a big misunderstanding. But again, with the lies that were being told that were never addressed, they were just taken as Bible. What am I going to do? I'm not about to fight for people that honestly already made their mind up. Because sometimes people just want to be mad at you. Like when you're a light and you just shine, 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 and anywhere you go, you're acknowledged. And I'm not bragging on myself. I'm just saying, like, this is just my personality. That's just what it is. So, yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I will say, he'll prepare a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Mm-hmm. So, there's that.
I love that. Did you guys hear that? He will prepare a table
before you
in
the presence of your
enemies.
So do you have any favorite family memories? One.
Any favorite family memories?
Yeah.
Ma'am.
Anything. Like what a sibling. Anything like that.
Listen. My cousin Trisha, God rest her soul, we had some good ass times. We were just funny, you know what I mean? Like she was funny, like we loved each other. We was cool. We hung out a lot. And I did some crazy stuff for her. But we will leave that right there. We will not discuss that. But yeah, I would have to say I had some good memories with her. But I also had some good memories with the other two cousins that I told you about.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but I can remember some things.
Okay. What's the best advice a family member has ever given you?
Who's she talking to? Was that for me?
Has there been any family member that might have given you good advice? And you said you had a good relationship with your cousin Trisha. Was anything you've ever given?
You have to excuse my language, YouTube. But yeah, my cousin Trisha, God rest her soul. Whenever I used to call her and talk to her about stuff, she'd be like, "Man, look, cuz, fuck him." That was her word. And she is so right and was right. She was right then and she right now. And that's the life that I live. Mm.
Wow.
Thank you, Trisha. Thank you. I'm going to love her forever.
I'm going to put the family questions in part.
Thank
because we don't know exactly what doors
you.
will open. Let me ask you, what is your favorite season?
My favorite season
Yeah, and why?
is me season. Because I'm winning. I ain't taking no prisoners. And it feels just so damn good just to be me right now and to be alive. But if you want to talk about winter, spring, and fall, I would say it has to be like spring. You know what? No, like fall, because you get a mix of like boots and sweaters, and you know what I mean? Like, so I would say fall is my favorite. Fall might be my favorite season.
All right. What life lessons have you learned and that you had to learn the hard way?
What life lessons have I learned? To a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. But I'll say
way.
one is not to trust people. Just not to trust people. And as bad as it's like the way my heart is set up, even though I can be a tough ass and you know what I mean, like I don't care and all that, I'm still human.
Yeah.
And I like to be able to trust somebody sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I can't talk to certain people within my circle. Okay. And I go and I need somebody to talk to. And I don't know. I just feel like trust and being able to talk to people, or not people, because I never share a lot with many people. But I value people that value me and they value what I tell them and what we do. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a big thing for me, trust. But honesty and being loyal and being honest. And I hate when people, you know, tell me things and they know it's not true and they have no intention of following through with. I have a problem with that. And I'm not allowing those people to get any closer. I'm done. Like, I have had enough. So yeah, I mean, I expect certain things of certain people as they expect certain things of me. And I mean, trust, loyalty, and honesty is definitely like top 3.
Okay. Which of your personality traits are you most proud of?
Being free to be myself, and I say what I want. And I will say that I am way more filtered now that I have this platform on all of these platforms. I'm way more filtered now because I do try to not make such insensitive comments, because there's all kinds of people watching you. Right. And something that I might say that is hilarious to me might really hurt somebody.
Into them, yeah.
So I had to learn that, you know what I mean? Like from actually injuring people without knowing. And then they say it in the comments or, you know, something like that. But yeah, I do. I'm very outgoing with my personality, and I'm very straightforward and honest. And sometimes the truth hurts, but you go ahead anyway.
So true.
And I'm going to say it anyway.
So I'm just about ready to wrap this up and conclude the session. However, I'm intrigued. If you could snap your fingers and instantly make the world better, what would you do?
If I could snap my finger to make the world better.
And instantly make the world better.
So you just snap my finger?
Just what things would you correct? What would you do in order to get things better in this world? From your point of view, on how you look at the world today.
I definitely would definitely do something about sexual abuse. I'm a victim of rape from my mother's brother. And yeah, he's never been held accountable. And my mother, you know, she's never apologized to me or said that she believed me. She actually told me that he said it wasn't true. But then on the other hand, she told somebody else that she was sorry that it happened to me, and she didn't know, and she didn't know. But she never said this to me. So I still feel like, you know, that hasn't been addressed with my mom. And it probably never will be. But If I could change something, it would definitely be sexual abuse, dealing with them, putting perpetrators in prison, castrating them possibly, very slowly. Do I have a knife? Okay.
I kept those
Yeah.
things out of the area.
You clear the air. But yes, that would definitely be something that sexual abuse, because the abuse that I dealt with over, the time period that I did as a child, no matter how much you pray and talk about it, and all those things, it's still going to be a part of you. Now, I will say that it is, it doesn't control me as much as it has in my past, but that's definitely one thing. That would be the first thing that I would change.
Wow. What could we say after that? What could we say?
I don't know.
Do we want to see if we have more questions?
We're gonna check these comments, guys. Any questions? What y'all? I go to God before Lucifer did. I'm the strongest and beat all of God's angels. Okay. Okay, there's not any new questions.
Okay. Well, I certainly appreciate you taking the time and opening
That's
up. And
it? Oh my, that is it? Coke. Where y'all at? Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. This is my favorite drink. I told y'all, right?
It's Miss Hollywood, uncut, raw,
and uncut, and yes, raw,
unfiltered,
for sure, unfiltered. So what I will end with, guys, first I want to say to all of my stars that are watching now and that have watched this live broadcast, this is actually the longest live that I've ever done. I want to thank you guys all for your just unwavering support. You guys all subscribe to the channel, you comment, you like the videos. I'm so grateful. I could not do any of this without any of you. It would be no Miss Hollywood. It just wouldn't be. So I thank you all. If you guys have questions later after this live broadcast, feel free to put them in there. And then when we do our next Q&A, which will probably turn up the heat a little bit, I'm going to get a little uncomfortable. But we will try to answer all of your questions. If there's any topics that you guys would love to hear us discuss, please leave them in the comments, or you can email me at thechatwithmisshollywood@gmail.com. Gmail.com, not Gmail. I'm choking. I'm just grateful for each and every one of you. And I love my subscribers, even though I've never met you. But you never know. We have a meet and greet. You just never know. I will have security. So for anybody out there, no big hard hugs, because But yes, thank you guys. Let me see. What is it about? Okay, Missy Workman. What is what about? The Chat with Miss Hollywood. Briefly, let me just say this. The Chat with Miss Hollywood is started out as a virtual talk show with me, Miss Hollywood, as the host. And now I have moved on to doing news. And I'm going to do reviews on restaurants, vacation, travel tips, do's and don'ts, and all that. So I'm going to be doing a lot. I even do some tutorials, which I'll probably do some how do you clean blue crabs, because blue crab is my favorite food. So I'm going to be doing a lot of different things. I'm no one-trick pony. So that's the thing. So you're never going to just be like, okay, well, it's just the news channel, or it's just this. Miss Hollywood is everything. I do everything, and that's what I'm going to bring to you guys. I love you all for being here. And you guys, if you want, you can just revisit this live, and we'll go from there. Any questions? Leave them in the comments. Hollywood out. Bye. I don't even know how to do this. I don't know how to end it. We'll see.
Is it all?
Are you sure you're going to stop streaming?